Welcome to Access to Business Opportunities. I'm Thomas Stevens, your host. Today with us, we have Bernice Cage with MORPC. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
I'm just excited to finally get you here at the table so we can find out more about MORPC and what you do.
Great.
So give us a little background about MORPC. What is MORPC? Because some people may not know the acronym.
Well, MORPC is the Mid-Ohio Regional Planning Commission. We are an association of 41 local governments. We have a 12-county area of influence, and we work with housing, weatherization services, ride solutions, transportation, and public and legislative affairs.
Okay, so the whole gamut.
The whole gamut. That's why no one really knows exactly what it is that we do, because we do so many different things.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about how you engage the business community.
Well, actually, we engage the business community in a number of different ways, but primarily through our departments. Since MORPC is a regional planning commission and our members are local governments, we do provide services and programs to our various members as well as to the region. And one of those services and programs, of course, is our housing department, where we go in and we help people with foreclosure counseling. We rehab homes. We're now in the process of purchasing homes, completely remodeling them, and then selling them again. And we also do emergency repair services. So we engage the business in that activity as far as helping us, making sure that we provide the type of service that we want to that community or to that population that will utilize those services. So that's just our housing area. Then we have our residential energy efficiency, also known as our weatherization service. And we work with businesses there. We work with AEP, we work with Columbia Gas. We also work with consultants who actually sometimes go out and do the work for us. They purchase the materials that's needed to go in and insulate a home, put in new water heaters, furnaces, refrigerators. And then so we work with them as far as making sure that they provide us with quality service, quality products that we can offer again to our diverse community.
Okay.
Then we have a Ride Solutions program, and this is located in our transportation department. And we work with employers as far as reaching out to their employees to come up with different ways that they can commute to work versus than just taking a bus or driving alone or biking or walking. We like to provide them with a series of options on how to get to work. And with gas prices being so expensive, if we could, we would like to try and get them out of those single occupancy vehicles. You know, it takes something that's more affordable, such as transit or biking or even walking to work.
We believe in that. That would make us a more green city.
And more green,
and
that's right.
That's what the mayor wants,
that's
and
right.
everyone.
That's what we all want.
Absolutely.
That's what we all want.
You mentioned a couple of things. You talked about housing and a few other things. Is there opportunities for businesses to get contracts or bid on things in those areas?
Oh, definitely, and especially in our housing department. In fact, right now in housing, if they were to go to our website, in our rehab, we have all of our different programs in a drop-down menu, and if they were to go to housing rehab, there would be a contract there for them to fill out to do business in our housing department.
Okay.
So they would just fill that out, and we would just take it from there.
Okay, wonderful. That's great to know. Now, I understand that you're the Public Information Officer and Diversity Manager. So what does that mean to MORPC? What do you do for them?
Well, I wear a couple of hats.
Okay.
First of all, under public information and public involvement, I work with the local media to make sure that the public is aware of our transportation plans and programs and all the activities and events that we have going on at MORPC. So it is my job to make sure that our information gets out there to the public under the public information hat. Under diversity is kind of new for us. MORPC's been around for over 30 years, and this is really our very first diversity program.
Okay, wonderful.
So in that effort, it's new, and so of course we're learning. And in that effort, I am working towards seeing what I could do, seeing what MORPC can do to make MORPC to make MORPC more efficient, more effective, just to get the word out there that we are diverse, that we are looking towards improving and enhancing our diversity efforts, because we have a diverse region. It's becoming more diverse every day, and we need to make sure that we are reaching out to our diverse populations.
Excellent. And I mean, again, I'm glad that you were able to come on the show and we can get this, I call it an exclusive.
Well, you know what, thank you so much for having me. I really do appreciate that you reached out. Great.
And I know you put together some type of 2013 diversity or work plan or something. Tell us a little more about that.
Well, the work plan is basically covers 6 areas of focus. We want to make sure that we work with our workforce, making sure that they are cultural competent and that they know how to work with our diverse populations that they come in contact with out in the region. The next is our workplace. We want to make sure that our workplace is inviting and that it's encouraging and it's welcoming to all diverse populations. So we need to work on that. Right now we're leasing the building we're in, so we know that there's some issues and some things that we need to work on. But if we ever go into a new building or build, we know exactly what type of facility that we're looking for. And next we have diversity spend. We're looking to see how we can increase our diversity spend. You know, we did do an assessment of our 2011 dollars, our total spend, and what we were spending in 2011 on diversity, and we really saw a lot of room for improvement. So we want to work with minority businesses, we want to work with women businesses, and we want to work with small businesses to invite them in to see how we can do, improve that spend. Now, we are an association of local governments. We're not very large. We have less than 100 employees. We don't have facilities all around the city or all around the state.
Right.
So, but we do have some things. We have events every year. So there are ways, we have our housing, we have our weatherization program. So there are ways that we can invite the business community to come in and work with us.
And every really good opportunity is a great opportunity, I'm saying, for a small business or a minority business that gets in there and finds a new avenue to make money.
Right. And another area of focus is our service to diverse populations. We have 3 programs there at MORPC that, we really would like to make sure that we reach out to those diverse populations and that they know about us. In our housing foreclosures, we have homes to sell. We have homes we would like to get people involved with. We have our weatherization. We would like to weatherize their homes to lower those utility bills. We can weatherize homes. We can weatherize apartments. So they don't have to just be a homeowner. So again, we would like to reach out to those populations and invite us in to take a look, do an audit, and see if we can weatherize your home or apartment.
Does that apply to businesses too?
Yes, well, we have a program that we will reach out to businesses, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. And then there is our Ride Solutions, of course, which helps people get to work. A lot of times if they're starting, they don't have a reliable automobile, they can join our carpooling or van pooling programs and see about getting a way into work. And, and it's not just to get them to work and then they purchase a car, the car runs for a week and then it falls dead and then they don't have transportation. No, we're looking at, getting them into some sort of long-term arrangement so that they don't have to just go right out and purchase a car, but they can always have a reliable way and convenient way to get to work.
Critical.
Yeah, critical. And then just 2 other areas of focus. One is diversity requirements. Since MORPC we are a nonprofit, but we are also an association of local governments. We receive our funding from grants, both federal, state, and local grants. We also receive funding from membership dues, and we receive funding from sponsorships. Again, that's another area where businesses come in and assist us. They may sponsor a particular program or a particular department. But with the federal funding, it is important that we not only recognize that we do have requirements as far as meeting certain standards and requirements, but that we also, someone's looking at them, someone's paying attention to them and noting whether or not we're meeting our requirements as far as disadvantaged spending and as far as spending with minority populations and women-owned populations and the small businesses, both in housing, in transportation, and in our center.
Okay, so let's talk more about, you talk about opportunities, and you're getting grant money from the federal government, which typically there is some requirements tied
There's
to
some,
it.
yes.
So is this more, the business opportunities, is it more like road work, transportation, kind of what is it?
Well, it's a variety of things. Again, because we have three main departments other than our public and government affairs. We have three main departments. In transportation, it would be primarily consultants that would work with us on our transportation studies and plans and programs, as well as those businesses that are seeking funding from us to do contracts, road work, and that they in turn need to make sure that they hire disadvantaged businesses, either as sub-consultants or on staff or somewhere. They need to document that they are hiring disadvantaged businesses. So that's just in transportation.
Okay.
And then you have housing, and then the requirements under HUD and Section 3. Businesses, if you receive funding, you are required to make sure that a certain percent goes to Section 3 businesses. Well, we want to make sure that that is happening in housing. And then there is our weatherization department. And in weatherization, we do work with Department of Energy. And even though their regulations are more on the small business side, it doesn't matter. We still want to make sure that we are meeting those requirements.
Excellent. And again, a lot of viewers out there probably never knew that MORPC did all that and was interested in diversity and all. So that's great.
Right. And under our diversity communications, you're right, they don't know that. So one of our goals under diversity communications is to make sure that Ohio knows, to make sure our region knows, to make sure our local governments know that we do value diversity. And so we want to tell them that, and we're going to take every opportunity to do that, to tell them that we do that. But we also want to make sure that the diverse populations know that we want to do business with them, and we want them to come in and utilize our services.
Well, and again, I know you've done an effective job, and again, looking back and looking at some of the research and looking at opportunities, I know you're really trying to get out there. I was reading something, let me see, I may have it here in my notes. MORPC proposes over $77 million for new transportation projects.
Again, now remember, that's in our transportation department.
Okay.
So, we receive pass-through funding from Federal Highway through ODOT to us, that we can allocate these funds for transportation improvement projects. These are transportation improvement projects to our transportation system. That's roadways, that's bike facilities, that's pedestrian facilities, sidewalks, that's transit. So communities come to us and they request funds from us to do these projects. And then, of course, the demand far outweighs the supply.
Always.
So we have to come up with criteria as to which are the best ones that we should move forward with. And so we take all of them, we go through them, not just MORPC, but we have a committee. We have a committee of local governments, we have a committee of businesses, we have a committee of just regular common folks that sit down, take a look at all the projects, and then they come up with a slate that should move forward that can utilize these funds. And it came out to be $77 million, and this is the list that they felt was priority to move forward.
So on those projects now, do they go to municipalities, and then businesses can work with municipalities to bid on these, or what?
Oh, often. In fact, once this plan is approved, a lot of times consultants will contact me for the list, so they can just pay attention to see when those projects are ready to move forward.
Okay.
Yes.
Speaking of that list now, is that something that's available on your website, or?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, again, people need to know that. What about your registration process? If someone wants to come in and do business with MORPC, say they're small spends or something, is there a registration process?
Currently we do not have a registration process, but we are looking to start one. We're in the process of redoing our website, and in that process we want to include some sort of registration process for businesses to do that. We